Pretty, eh?
Oh, this is pretty, isn't it? This is worth getting up for. We spent all that time on the west coast seeing the sun set, and now we get our first sunrise. It's got such a Lion King vibe to it, doesn't it?
Everyone's really tempted to start singing the theme song.
Come on, give me a song. I can be Rafiki, and that rock can be Simba.
If you're gonna start it, we'll kick you off the
Go.
song.
I am your father. We're losing it, aren't we?
This is Brent Owens. He chose to explore the world's different flavors and started his journey in South Africa. We'll be taking you on a guided tour to debunk some of the unknowns and push Brent to the limit as we take this taste of adventure to the extreme. On our last day in Port Elizabeth, we booked a tour so Brent could check out some ocean wildlife. Algoa Bay is famous for its abundant marine life, and Brent was hoping to see dolphins.
Lloyd,
How's it, mate?
how are you, man?
Right, good.
Good, thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome to Port Elizabeth, eh? The friendly city. We've got a perfect day planned, and we're the bottlenose dolphin capital of the world. There is one in Australia, but they only have dolphins for like 6 months of the year, and it's about 200-300. We've got 28,500. But having said that, we could also not see them. So, yeah.
Well, dolphin capital of the world, we're pretty likely, aren't we? So how long have you been doing this for, Lloyd?
20 years now, eh? Going on, and 24 with the conservation project. And it's nice, the guys let me operate from the yacht club.
So obviously, conservation was your motivation.
You've got to try and make a difference where you can make a difference. I can't help the rainforests in Brazil.
Yeah.
But I can do something about marine pollution here.
This is us.
Heading out on the boat, everyone was excitedly on the lookout for dolphins.
Is that where we're headed, Lloyd? That island?
Yep, we're off to St. Croix Island. It's called St. Croix because the Portuguese put a cross up there in 1488. They were looking for the spice route, and they only got us a little bit past Algoa Bay, and they turned around. They had a bit of a mutiny.
Oh, really?
I said, hey, let's head back home.
So with all the dolphins being here and the penguins, is this a major fishing port for the country?
We are the sort of squid capital of South Africa, I guess. It's a great fishery because it's caught by line, so there's no bycatch. You know, if you take trawled fish, very often it's not very good because a trawler will take everything in its path into a net and half of it gets discarded as bycatch. So rather always look for lionfish, stuff that's sustainable.
Actually, one thing, now that I think about it on the topic of lionfish, everywhere we've eaten out, it's had lionfish on the menu. So people must be conscious of looking after the environment.
Ahead of us was a giant rock that was home to a penguin colony. Surrounded by bobbing waves and sea life, a spell of calm seemed to be cast over all of us as we absorbed our surroundings.
Oh, is that the penguins over there?
Yep, that's the little group coming out there. Do you know what a bunch of penguins is called?
A bunch of penguins?
It's called a raft.
A raft of penguins. But they don't look like the penguins back home.
No, you've got the little penguins, which are about 20 centimetres. These ones are about 50 centimetres high, so they're quite small compared to your emperor penguins, which stand like a metre, 1.2.
Yeah, sure.
And our ones are related to the ones in South America, the Galapagos penguins, the Humboldt and the Magellanic.
Brent, you haven't been this close to a penguin before?
I have, once before in my life, but not in the wild. This is proper nature, isn't it? Like we're literally out in the ocean, stopped by this giant rock, and there's just penguins everywhere. It's beautiful. I feel like This is my Attenborough moment of the whole series, isn't it? Can we go for a swim now? Is it all right to swim here, Lloyd?
Yeah, if you're from Australia, no problem.
I'm going to have the worst singlet tan ever. T-shirt tan.
Oh, that's really cool.
Isn't it scary that there's sharks in here somewhere? Oh. Well, we didn't get to see any dolphins, so I think we're going to head back now, but it was amazing anyway. It was almost like a day out on a yacht, wasn't it?
We may not have seen any dolphins, but we still got up close to wild penguins and had a great experience.
Yeah. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, great. Good.
It was a great experience and learnt a lot, got to sunbake, enjoy the sun, enjoy the dunes, get some knowledge.
Great. Go and have some fresh fish.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
It was quite a slow day, a relaxing day. Tonight will be nice and relaxing, nice and sunny, and just sort of chill out and mellow out. And this is what you don't get on TV. You don't see behind the scenes the fact that we're all sweating because it's about 45 degrees today and we can't have the aircon on because it'll affect the sound. But look, see behind my legs, can you see that? That's behind knee sweat and I'm in the car.
What a day. Tomorrow we're off to a place called Hermanus. I'm not sure if you have to roll your tongue with that word, but it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, so I'm going to go with it. We're getting up bright and early. It's not a big drive, but we're going along the coast to Hermanus, so fingers crossed the weather holds up, and fingers crossed that Hermanus is as good as the crew are making it out to be.
We packed up early and set off for Hermanus. Brent hadn't seen any dolphins and PEs, so we were hoping he would get to see the whales that Hermanus is famous for. But chances grew slimmer as our old friend, the rain, was back again.
Freezing, man!
Yeah.
We're going to Hermanus.
From knee sweat in the car to cloudy and freezing weather, Brent was learning that in the Western Cape you could have 3 seasons in a day. As we arrived, more rain, heavy rain. It was not what Brent had expected from Africa.
We have half a chance now of doing some activities. The weather seems to have cleared up a little. There's a bit of sun coming through and the rain has stopped. We're going to do the abalone farm. I don't think we're diving. I think there's an actual abalone farm, which will be interesting. You'll notice that this set, I mentioned the word Hermanus numerous times, simply because I can actually say it. Doesn't sound Afrikaans, doesn't sound Zulu, Zutu, San, Kalosha.
Zutu, not Zutu.
Zutu. Sutu. Yeah. Sutu. Anything else I'm missing?
Venda.
Venda. Venda. So it doesn't sound like any of those languages, so you'll hear it a lot. We have made it to the Abalone farm, right on the coast of Hermanus. Meeting with a guy named Johan, who's going to teach me the production of abalone, which I think gets shipped to China, doesn't it? Yeah.
You are dead correct.
Johan.
Hi, Brent.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
No, welcome at Heart of Abalone. I
Thanks
believe
for having
you had to learn something about our abalone in South Africa.
Yes, yes. Tell me a bit
Well,
about
you've come to the right place. We do our tours on Abergold, which is the largest and also one of the first abalone farms in South Africa.
Cool.
And as soon as we can get you booted up in those gumboots, just for some biosecurity measures, I'd love to show you around.
Let's go for it.
Let's do it.
After you. So tell me a bit about the farm.
It's a very natural process. You'll see a lot of pumping water from the ocean. And I think the first place I'd like to visit is the hatchery, where we produce the baby abalone. We have broodstock, and that's where the whole process starts. So a very good place to go and have a look at first.
All right, let's go. Lucky, good day for gumboots.
Yes. So let's go through here. I want to show you where they pump the water from. You'll see we farm on land, so obviously that implies quite a lot of technical infrastructure, and most of which is around the pumping of water, because Abergold pumps about 10 million litres an hour. Now, it's a bit of a large number to get my mind around, but the engineers explained to me it's like pumping 4 Olympic-sized swimming pools every hour.
What's the supply like actually in the ocean here?
There is still quite a lot of abalone, wild abalone. Unfortunately, abalone in South Africa is an endangered species. We have our challenges with people taking abalone illegally from the sea. You know, at least there is this abalone industry that's giving an alternative which is sustainable and clean.
Lucky the Asians love it because you guys have got a huge operation here, so...
Yeah. Just chlorinate those feet, make sure we are disinfected.
Yeah. All right, into now.
Okay, now into the nursery. You can see these little cones, so I'm going to just lift one up so you can see. Okay, there you can see the little baby abalone. The eyes are becoming light sensitive, so they've got these little cones. They will stay here for about 3 or 4 months, okay? Then they'll move to a slightly larger cone. Look here. So here you can see now they've grown quite a lot.
Yeah, huge.
You can see they're also moving around quite a bit because of the light. Now the eyes are fully developed. Yeah. And you can really see typical snail, eh? All right.
Where to from here?
Okay, so I think let's just walk through the hatchery here and just go out the back there and we go onto the farm. Let's have a look.
Do you want help?
Yeah, pull that side there. Okay. There we go. So you can see them sitting at the top there.
Oh, yeah?
They're all sitting. Actually, I'm going to put this back quickly. Just going to use the scraper to tear it off. Okay, so there you can see basically they're already sticking to my thumb. If I turn them around, you can see there.
There it is.
And there's that little blue shell. Remember the babies we saw?
Right,
Do you want to have a hold?
I'd like to.
Okay, it won't eat your hand like it does the kelp. There you go.
Suction. So, yeah, the feeling is like when you go to a physiotherapist and you get cupping.
There we go.
Yeah, you could put that in your horror movie, couldn't you?
Jeez, it's ugly. But it's delicious, so...
Yes, and I think we need to get you to taste the abalone just to make sure why we go through all this trouble.
Let's do it. All right, should we try?
Go for it. You can use our chopsticks in true Asian style, or your hands.
I know, I'm not exactly good at it, but...
Okay, we found that the seaweed caviar goes nicely with the abalone as opposed to fish egg caviar.
Yeah, I actually like abalone like this. The texture makes it interesting.
Maybe let's try the one in the middle, which we call a ceviche, or a seafood salad. And you can see there's a lot of veg in there, some tomato, cucumber, black sesame seed.
I still want this guy.
Yeah. Well, give it a go.
And that's how I like it. That is delicious.
Sorry, this is actually,
You like it?
Yeah, that's great.
See how it's got that chew, but it's still tender. It's not tough.
carpaccio style.
Not sold on the texture. No, it's one of those things where, like for me, like I said to you earlier, once you understand the texture it's meant to be, I think then you start to enjoy it, because I enjoy this a lot more than the ones I've had previously, and that's now because I know that I want it to be chewy, I want it to be chewy, but not tough. Well, mate, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time, and I guess our day in Hermanus is starting to look up, because it's been raining the whole morning. So.
Oh, luckily the Abalone don't mind the rain.
Yeah, great.
So thanks for coming. It's great
Thanks
to
so
see you.
much. Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers.
All right.
Bye. I must say, Hermanus tickles my fancy now. I've got a bit of swagger in my step. No, honestly, Hermanus is like Melbourne. You pack for all seasons. We've been here for a few hours. It was belting down with rain this morning, but now it's great. And I keep repeating myself every single episode. I don't feel like I'm in South Africa. It's just, I feel like I'm on a holiday now, a complete holiday. Yeah, you my set, man. Hermanus, Paternoster, they're my top 2 picks so far. Forget Cape Town. No, I can't say that because I love it. But you have to come here.
As Brent was a lover of all things Italian, we left Hermanus and headed to Stanford to visit a very special gelato shop.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Brent, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Brent.
I'm very, very, very happy now because this is the first sighting of anything Italian to me in South Africa, which makes me very, very happy.
Thank you very much. Welcome at the House of Don Gelato. Do you want to come through? We have a look at our little corner.
Of course, of course.
Money, 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 money.
I wasn't expecting to bump into a gelato shop in the middle of Stanford.
Don Gelato is approaching the gelato a bit in a, I think, different way. We are more on what our grandparents were doing. I can source almost all my ingredients locally.
Yeah, and that's all from this area.
This is all from this area. So let's start. We were starting now to make the mother of all the flavors, so the fior di latte. Now we are working. You see the power of the machine.
Is this how it's always been made?
Obviously, each gelato maker has his own recipe.
Secret recipe.
But yeah, this should be the way of approaching and producing. Okay, the propeller started, the compressor also.
What do we do now?
Let's be ready with the chocolate sauce.
If you need my help, you'll have to instruct me because I don't want to stuff anything up.
You want to do it?
If you trust me. If you trust me to do
allora,
it. I'm nervous because I don't want to stuff it up.
Okay, you push it on a corner. Yes. Use the spatula to cut parallel to the mouth. Yes, perfect.
That natural. Thank you.
And then you spread your chocolate sauce
on
the gelato.
It's quite labour intensive, isn't it? Hey?
Yes.
Do you have a machine to do this?
No.
All by hand. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm at home, I'm in heaven. How do you feel about making me up one and a nice espresso and we'll go outside and have a chat and enjoy the sun?
With big pleasure.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
So you just take your shot of espresso and you put it on top of the scoop of gelato, and now the two flavors will mix together and we eat and drink.
Yum.
And speaking, you like it, huh?
Oh, that's
a little speciality.
What I want to know is, how does a guy who is fully Italian, 100% Italian, end up in South Africa on the West Coast in a small town with a gelato shop?
I've always loved Africa. I've always had this fascination of this continent. So south of the country, we drove for, I think, 40,000 kilometers around South Africa. So we found ourselves in other cities in the Eastern Cape, loving the place, loving the view, but always said, yeah, but Stanford.
Really?
And I think that Stanford has been an excellent choice.
So you've got the shop here.
Yeah, the gelateria.
Yeah. Gelateria. I don't want to get it
That's
wrong.
perfect.
Yeah, I am half Italian.
Yeah, you are half Italian, definitely.
So you've got the Now they'll f it up when we're on camera. So you've got the gelateria here, but next door I noticed there's a restaurant as well.
Well, that's my father.
Oh, really? So you both came here?
Yeah, we both came here together, and we started together where we make homemade pasta fresca, lasagne, melanzane parmigiana.
And now I know lunch is sorted, wine for the afternoon most likely sorted. So
thank you very
let's go
much.
next door and have some lunch.
Let's finish at the Italian way. So we sit now that it's just before 12 and we finish by 4 o'clock.
Let's go.
Welcome to the trattoria.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome to the trattoria. Fine. Thank you very much.
My name's
Thanks
Brent.
a lot. Yes, Brent.
Nice
I'm
to meet
Corrado. You know, it's a trattoria, so we just change our menu according to what we find on the market.
Sure.
But today we made the original recipe of the amatriciana, and I hope you like
That's
it.
my favourite.
Okay.
Italian is my favourite food.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait to taste.
Welcome. Welcome.
Salute.
Salute. Here I am. Salute. Salute.
You've left Italy and Europe to come to South Africa. You must see something beautiful in this city as well. And it's surprising, but then when I sat outside and looked, eating gelato, it's like I get it.
I was looking for real quality of life. And whatever is fake quality of life, I had it. Some people think that to drive Ferrari, how many we had between Ferrari and Maserati? 4.
Had 4 Ferraris.
Yes. My feeling, maybe I'm completely wrong, okay, but my feeling is that it's easier for Europe to go back, and for South Africa, the only opportunity is to go up. So for my son and for the future, this is the country of the future. The other is the country of the past.
Well, this is real Italian cuisine. So do you mind if we come in and have a little bit of a look as well?
Well, you're welcome. Close up only. It's a trattoria, it's not a real restaurant.
No, it's real.
And then we try to accommodate always no more than 25, 30 people maximum, unless we have a preset menu.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we have Big Timba here, that is a master in making the fettuccine.
How are you? Brent, nice to meet you.
This is the homemade pasta.
I hope this is lunch.
This is lunch.
That makes me happy. That makes me warm and fuzzy inside.
This is the old original recipe of the matriciana. It's absolutely one of my favorite.
Oh, I can't wait to taste it.
Great. Let's go.
do
Timba. It's your turn now, please. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thanks, dear. There are some chefs from restaurants around that they say we would like, well, one good case, and Lionello is making a bacon gelato.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
It's quite interesting.
Any chance of putting you on the spot and getting an Australian gelato flavour besides Vegemite? Maybe I can give you something called a Tim Tam, which is an Australian biscuit. So chocolate biscuit, chocolate mousse, chocolate biscuit dipped in chocolate, and you will create the greatest gelato flavour of all time. That would be uniquely Australian.
From tomorrow we start looking not anymore to the black ink from the screen.
Yeah, please.
Bon appetit.
Thanks, guys.
Very welcome.
Thank you very
Anytime
much.
will be our guest. It was really a pleasure meeting you.
Tim Tam biscuit.
Tim Tam biscuit.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Tim Tam biscuit. I'll see that on the menu next time I come.
Yes, that's
sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Italians were showing me that it's not about finance, not about financial success. It's about your interpretation of success. And theirs is not that now. And that's the culture that I love, and that's the culture that I miss, and that's the reason why I love the Italian culture. Brent Owens Unwrapped Season 2, Italy. Then you'll get it.
Leaving Stanford behind, it was clear Brent had been charmed by the small towns on the West Coast, with their friendly people and relaxed nature, and we were excited for him to see where we were going next.